There, Nkusu, 34, who hails from the Congo, was convicted yesterday of murdering his fiancée, Maria Bunga. Maria Bunga is 36, and besides being his fiancée, she was pregnant with his child. I think that we gave you out an article from Women's Daily or Women's Digest that talked about sort of a semi-epidemic of issues regarding the deaths or the murders that have taken place all too often, not only in Maryland but across this country, of women who are pregnant, carrying their children, and the person with whom they're involved doesn't want the baby. And I will tell you, one of the things that we did, in fact, sadly, this is not the first time I've stood before the public and talked about a case like this, but this man did not want this child. And he was actually he had written letters to the family of Miss Bunga back in her country, Angola, because he didn't want to take financial responsibility for the child that was, she was 16 weeks pregnant at the time. I should tell you also, and this sadly has come up in other cases, sometimes questions are asked, well, if she was pregnant, why is it not a double homicide versus a single homicide? I'll tell you, as a matter of law in Maryland, the child must be viable outside the womb of the mother in order for a second allegation or charge of murder to lie. According to the doctor who conducted the autopsy, our victim in this case was 16 weeks pregnant. Most of the laws that we've looked at and the law in Maryland suggests that you must be at least 20 weeks pregnant before any additional charges are possible. I will tell you that we did file a notice where at the time of sentencing, we'll be seeking life without the possibility of parole in this case. And while we could not charge for the second killing as a matter of law, I will tell you, in trying to make a determination as to what the appropriate sanction should be and the appropriate penalty, we clearly do take into consideration the fact that this woman was pregnant with child. And again, sadly, that's not the only time I've stood before you relatively recently and had to have the same conversation. This couple was engaged in November 2015. As I said, she was 16 weeks pregnant. The jury returned a verdict after a 2-week trial of first-degree murder. The judge in this matter was Judge John Maloney. The jury was out approximately 9 hours. The sentencing in this case is July the 2nd, 2018. In this instance, that's where Detective Poole was the lead detective out at Tacoma Park. And I will tell you, a magnificent job was done, again, by the two lawyers representing my office, Ryan Wexler and Brian Rubenstein. And I want to congratulate them and thank them for their efforts on behalf of the office and on behalf of the people of Montgomery County.